Hello and welcome along and welcome back to Six Ashes. We are back here up at field 12 in our 6810 because what we're going to do today is get this field nicely rowed up and ready to go. So what we're going to use 6810 to do this. We need to concentrate a little bit on getting some fertilizer on our other fields. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this on course play. We'll get this working with this down here at field 12. Zoom in a bit. Starting direction automatic. Bypass islands, we don't have any. We've got the right working width. I think that seems a very big working width. Headland, yes, I want to do a couple of headland passes clockwise. We're going to do the headland passes first, smoothen the corners and generate me a course. There we go. We'll end up in the bottom corner, and we back this up a little bit, then we can get this to start over here like so. Right, and first waypoint, and away we go. Boulder out. And it's off. Now, it may not catch everything at the sides because I think we've had a little bit of an overlap. But we can come round and catch that later. And that might even get in a single bit of the... a single catch of our baler. But, yeah, we can leave the 6810 doing this while we get on with another job. The next job being that we need to come down here to the shop and get this set up with a sprayer. Now, this tractor does need a service. It's 50%, so we're going to do that at the same time and get some care wheels on it because that's what our 7840 is for as well. So let's open this up, customize this. So we want to get a front attacher on it, because we're going to want a full setup on this. Michelin tyres, I'm not sure if we can do the setup we want with the Michelins. We can't. We need to go back to the Trelleborgs and then, yeah, there we go. Care wheels on that. We've got the roof beacon, standard design, no GPS. And we got a yes on the front loader attach. Oh, we can do the front loader attacher with the 3-point. That is absolutely brilliant, actually. That is the setup we want. Get that extra front loader on there. It's going to cost us 3,000 to do this, but works well. Oh, you can do the black New Holland body, but we're going to leave it on the Ford body because this is the Ford setup. And stainless steel exhaust, pre-filter. No, we will stay with standard. Let's go with that. Just the extra 3,000 for the it's adding, yeah, front attacher and narrow tires. There we go. So customize that. Yes. And perfect. And we also need to repair it too. So let's get that done as well. And then our little two-wheel drive 7840 is all ready for us to put a new sprayer on it. So let's have a look at what our options are. So we've got the Kuhn PF of 1500 with the 1302 here. That would be 38,000. Which we have enough money for. This would be 32,500 for the Cavernan setup. Do we have a front and back of something else? No, that is all we've got. We've not got the Amazon options here. The other option we've got is something like this, which only holds 1,000. Yeah, I think what I think I'm going to have to go with, based on what we had previously and the fact that we've actually got the money to do it now and we're making more money all the time, is probably these Cavernans. They should work pretty well for us, so we're going to go for that one Yes, okay. And we could rent these, to be honest, but I think it's better for us to actually own them. We don't need a massive width on it. 18 meters will suffice rather nicely. That leaves us with 11,000. And then we need to get a pallet of fertilizer to get on these fields. So let's grab that. It's 3,200 for one of these. Do we have... Yes, we do. There we go. These are much better. 1,500 for these. We want a couple of these fertilizer. Actually, I think we have some of these at the farm as well. So I'm going to buy one fertilizer barrel because we will always need it and it's good to do it. But I think we have all of that back at our farm as well. So let's jump back in this. Reverse it up. And we can now attach our new sprayer onto this. And yeah, these front wheels, these act as care wheels as well. So it is, it's quite nice that this setup works as well as it does. Hook this up. And that. There we go. And then hook this up. So that holds 1,800 at the front, 2,900 in total. And I think we got fertilizer back at the farm, so we'll give that a check. I might fill it up completely here actually. Let's get one more set of these barrels. Like so, there we go. Because we're going to need plenty of fertilizer. Right, that's got one. And then we'll get the other. And we have got to the point in this series now where we can do something like buying a full modern sprayer setup like this. Which is pretty awesome. You know, considering I emphasize this every single episode, but we started with nothing and we've had no loans. And yet we're at a point where we can, you know, we can buy a set of new equipment. Okay, it's not a brand spanking new T8, but it is still new modern spraying equipment that we've got on our tractor. And that's massive. We're going to start off with the two fields that are further along in their growth. So that is field 17 and field 11B. Both of those we want to get, make sure that we catch them before they get too far grown. We can give a spray of herbicides just before they're ready to be finished. But here, these are, these are not quite high enough for that yet. I think we're looking at a fairly late setup for pretty much everything on here. And in fact, this is not raising. Well, this is. Oh yeah, this is actually a little bit low for what I was expecting. We might end up spraying this field twice because yeah, it's not doing a full application here. It's just doing a bare minimum spray at the moment. We'll need to do it another one when we get a bit higher. It would have been useful actually to have done the, or maybe used the other one for this. Wow, yeah, it is an absolute bare minimum. Oats on Lonely Sand. This is increasing to the optimum level for oats on Lonely Sand, which is amazing. I did not know that this was going to be as low as this. I'm somewhat amazed at how little fertilizer has been used on this field. It is a tiny amount. We are still at 96%. We've used less than 100 litres of fertilizer, and it's only brought it up into the mid-range for these oats, which is just Weird. I expected it to be much, much higher than it needs here, but increasing nitrogen to optimum level for oats. That is incredible. It really, really only requires up to sort of the halfway mark. Now, I don't know if that's to do with how much that this land can take, but certainly that is where we are. 80 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare is where it's set. So with that field done, we need to go on to the next furthest grown field, and that is going to be field 11B here. So let's head up there. So bringing this up here, let's get this unfolded. Pop out. And yeah, our canola. So we'll see what level our canola needs to be brought up to. What have we got? We're detecting. There we go. Canola on loam. It's going to throw it right up the top. So our usage is going to be much higher here. 284 litres per hectare. It's... yeah, we're going to see our fertilizer levels drop a lot more. And a lot more quickly, and you can see it's going the bright green. So yeah, oats on sandy loam, not so much. Canola over here on the loam, that is going to be that is going to take a fair amount of spraying, which is all fine and all good, and much more along the lines of what I was expecting. And we'll bring this down here. It seems the other field still cut into this one. We may have to put a grass barrier between these two fields, I think. Grab ourselves, once we've done this year's harvest, grab ourselves a roller and just roll some space between these two fields. And that way we're in a position where we can sort that. But yeah, and now... it's going for canola on sandy loam is still lower than it is on the loam, but is still a fairly high value. So it's oats aren't quite as nitrogen hungry, it seems, as the canola or the other crops are. So that's really interesting. It's not a massive. It's not a test I've done on different soil types with different amounts, but yeah, seems our oats have saved us a little bit of money. You can see off in the distance that our 7810 is actually getting very close to the end of that field, which is good news. But at the same time, we need to get it out there with the baler. So I'm hopefully at the end of this field going to be able to sort that. Turn this on, get ourselves lined up, and away we go. Yeah, a little bit of overlap, but otherwise okay. One of the nice things about a sprayer with precision farming is it won't over apply, and won't over apply on sections where you overlap. So where you've got something like a slurry spreader, that will over apply if you're in the wrong place. This won't. This will rather nicely only apply where it needs to with the nozzles, even though the animations do still show all the nozzles running. It doesn't have an issue with only applying where you need to, so overlaps become a thing of the past, which is very nice. It just doesn't apply the crop there. It doesn't apply the fertilizer there. Finishing off the last little corner of this field. And just, yeah, Looks like I've got a very small slither to go back and do. And yeah, that's the canola all done. We still have 78% of our, amazingly, 78% of our fertilizer left. So, we've got only, well, we've got 3 fields that we haven't touched today. One of them we won't need to. I'm fully expecting the soybeans to be completely unnecessary from this. If we have a look here, yeah, everything is reached target-wise there. With this, we've got soybeans in field 11, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, soybeans in field 11. I will be amazed if we need to put anything in those at all. Even in the current of gaps, the current gaps that we've got in it, there's a couple there and there. I don't think that's going to need any more fertilizer. This field here, our carrots definitely do. And how bad is the horsegrass? Now, is the horsegrass grown? Is my next question. No, so yeah, we need to go and do these 2 fields. There will be no effect from doing the soybeans, so that's good. First though, I need to pop up and sort out our 6810, which is going to need the baler on it. There she is, all done and dusted. So let's turn this off. Stop the driver. We'll just go and switch out this for the baler, and hopefully this isn't going to run into too many bales. The other thing we need to do is the alfalfa's ready and grown, so we need to get that cut as well. We should be able to get that done with this tractor today as well, or even just our 7810, but just get those done and caught up. I think we might need a bale stacker though to finish off our grass stuff up here. So let's back this up like so. Oh, come on. There we are. Back it into place. And we're done. I don't think we can go. Yeah, actually we might be able to fit more bales on this bale trailer. Well, look, we can hook it up to the 6810 here, have that running around the field, and use the 7810. There we go. Use 7810 to or 7840, sorry, to do the bale stacking. That might work really well for when these are finished, actually. So start point is here. We'll run around the field afterwards. But there we go. First waypoint, drive course. And that is away baling our hay. Perfect. Leaving us ready to get into the carrots here and get these sprayed. So yeah, these look like they could do with a good dose, and in fact, yes, absolutely, they are on loam, and as they're on loam, they do need a healthy dose of this. So again, we'll start off at the headland. Going to be easier to see where we're going on this field compared to the others. These haven't grown that much, and of course we can easily see the ground still. They are taking a fairly large jump, but it's still not going to empty our sprayer that much doing this field. Yes, this field is fully loam the whole way across it, and so should work out pretty well for us, I think. This in the field of soybeans on 11A. Both of which are, pretty, yeah, 100% loam. Are just going to create some really big yields, and allow us to make so much money from them. Sort of a ridiculous amount of money from them. Quite a contrast on this field. We are applying an extra 100 kilograms per, or sorry, 100 liters kilogram. Yeah, we're applying an extra 100 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare on this field to optimize carrots for the loam than we were applying for oats on the sandy loam. That is huge. I mean, that is just a massive difference in what the carrots are taking for the sandy loam. Sorry, what the carrots are taking for the loam over what the oats are taking on the sandy loam. Just crazy level of difference. Yeah, I'm hoping our oats are gonna do all right on field 17, because at the moment I'm not holding out a massive amount of hope for them. We also seem to have a little bit of a gap in our precision farming scan at the top of the field here. You can see there's a bare patch, a bit that we haven't sprayed, and that seems to be because our scan only goes up to here, and you'll see it cuts out before it can pick up, and where we are has yeah, seems to have no coverage at all. It's really weird. So I might need to get a tractor up here with the scanner on, with the Escara, and just see if we can scan that top corner of the field, make sure that we have got full coverage on this field. I mean, we do have another bit missing down here, you can see. So yeah, I think we've got a couple of bits on field 10 that means it's not fully covered, and we need to get that done. But all in all, this has been fairly successful days spraying. I think most of our fields are going to be ready. I want to test the oats one more time. We'll have the fertilizer to do it, but yeah, if I can test the oats and make sure that they have enough fertilizer at some point, then we will do that. We have one more field to go though, and that is a crop we actually planted last year and have still yet to take our first cut from at all, and that is this one here, our horsegrass. So we're hoping to make a whole load of silage bales off this and see if we can get this to work. I'm gonna want to close the gate, I think. If it doesn't, I'm quite happy to just plough this all under and put something else in here. But yeah, horsegrass hopefully should pay us well enough. Especially if we can get silage off it. And this is, look at the level of application on this. It's from the red and it wants to go all the way up. We're on loamy sand at the moment, but yeah, as soon as you get onto the loam with it, it just throws it straight up to the top. It really, really is starved for nitrogen, this field, and it's going to be so much better once we've applied it, and thankfully I've caught it before it's fully grown, because if we hadn't, then yeah, we'd have just had a really, really poor yield off this. Just one more row to go, and then we can clear off this job from our list, like so. Yeah, horsegrass on loam actually takes a lower level of nitrogen. That is intriguing. So yeah, different. It's getting the right levels for the right crops, and that's what precision farming is all about. so much of that, and it's just amazing, I find. Let's have a look. Let's get this back down to the farmyard and then have a look, because I want to take the mower up to the other farm if we need to. So let's have a look in here, and we have all of our fields here done, I think, at the right levels. 17 still seems really low. I mean, that is only 80 for that. That's the kind of level I expect for sunflowers, interestingly. Field 11, I don't think, if we drive down there for soybeans, that is not going to change. This field does need spraying. We're going to do that with some slurry, or yeah, probably some slurry when we get the chance. Field 13's bad, but that needs cutting first. So yeah, we're all good. What I'm going to do then is we're going to drop off our sprayer here and get that done. And then what we'll do is we'll hook up to our mower and we'll go and cut the alfalfa. So let's lower the back one. We really do need to get started on our shed. I think that's probably going to be what the winter job is to get this yard rebuilt. I'm pretty much certain at this point that I want to do this yard and do something else down at the horse yard. It's pity the barn down at the horse yard isn't placeable, because I would love to use that up here. But unfortunately, that's not always what you can do. We do have steel sheds and things we should be able to use. And I've got one that actually only costs 10,000 that we should be able to get up here. So I want to do that. And I also want to put the roadway in and properly set this field up. So sort of do field 17A as well here. Because we are in a position where we can do it. So we're going to leave the care wheels on this. I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. And we'll take them up top. It actually would damage the grass less for us to put normal wheels on. But we might, yeah, we should do that. I'm going to have to pop down to the shop on the way up there, aren't I? A quick visit down to the shop. We've got our rear tyres changed on the tractor, and we've got our mower down here. But the mower isn't the first thing that I'm going to want to be using down here. So we're going to drop this off. I think we're going to end up doing that next time, to be honest. Getting that done. What I want to do is, because I think our Ford is beginning to get into territory where it's going to run into trouble. So let's grab our front loader and move a couple of bales out of the way. Maybe put them straight into the BGA so we get some overnight income. Connect that up. And then connect our bale spike up as well. And see if we can clear off a couple of these headland bales quickly. We're not too worried about getting stuff done before the next game day. We've got no rain on the way or anything like that. My worry is, yeah, the tractor is pushing bales around a little bit. And there are a few just kicking around this headland. In fact, as you can see, right there. Yeah, let's see if we can't... Top end isn't too bad. Down here we've got these two, and then we've got one on the end over there. So let's line this up. Try not to go through the hedge too much, VF, and just lift that slightly and then push it back down so that we can get the second one of these on. Because we're so close to the BGA here, we can keep this low and take this straight out there and get this done. It's actually a good drying day today, which is why I was quite eager to get the alfalfa cut. And we might still do that. We'll see how we go. I am very aware we are quite a long way into this though now. So I want to make sure that we're not too bad. we'll put these straight in here because we have no need for any of these hay bales. And yes, we would have, as somebody pointed out last time, whoa, we would have made more money had we put silage bales in here. But the grass dried too quickly and we'd have had to have purchased extra equipment, which, as you can see, I needed that money today to do the sprayer for. So, yeah, it's all a little bit... It was a little bit unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure what we'll do is we will get a silage cut off here at the end of the year. And that will make a difference for us. So let's run up here, grab this bale that will be in the way, and then there's a bale down the bottom end that will also be in the way. And we can then sort ourselves out properly. And just leave this tractor baling up this field while we go and have a quick mow around our little field of alfalfa there. Bales are cleared, so we can drop this off now, and I'm going to try and drop it off as one section. Sometimes that goes well, sometimes that goes horribly. That's gone all right. And then we can just go and jump on this. Now, this isn't going to immediately dry to hay, this alfalfa. If I remember correctly, even with seasons on, we still need to ted the alfalfa in order to get it to go properly. But we do have space around the edge of the field, which is good. So let's unfold the mower. Hopefully we've got space all the way around this field. Turn it on. And then we can drop it down and get this cut. There we go. Harvest wasn't bad on the grass, and harvest isn't bad here either. Looks like the alfalfa, despite the really horrible nitrogen level, is still producing fairly well. So we'll see what the eventual total outcome is. Whoa, a little too far in. Otherwise, yeah, this is good. As we've got further into the field here, the yield on this has got significantly worse. There's that little section at that top corner where we started, but after that it has just dropped off completely. So yeah, not going to be a massive amount of alfalfa off here. Might get a few bales. I'm actually thinking that this would be a good field for us to put the horse grass in. It's a small field, it's never gonna produce too much for us of anything. And putting it down to horse grass would actually supply us with a nice little bit of horse silage, and would also be very, very good for us for just making use of this field. It's also a smaller field, I think, than field 16. Yeah, look at it, or field 10A, sorry. It's about half the size, so that would work really, really well for us as just a little area for us to cut once a year, give us a few bales of horse silage, and keep the horse side of things ticking over. So what we'll do is we'll get this, now that we've got this cut, and you can see the much, much darker green of the cut alfalfa. Once we've got this cut, we'll get it tedded up next time, and then we can row it and bale it, and we'll then sell off the alfalfa hay, because the alfalfa hay is of no use to us at all, and we'll probably take that up to the the animal market and sell that, because I think we'll make more money off it up there. And then we can go from there, replow this field, and then hopefully we'll be all good. And then, yeah, for next year, I want to get this big grass field we've got here, that I want to turn into an arable field as well. And I think we're going to end up turning field 17 into a grass field again, and having that up there, because it is fairly awful in its setup. But this tractor has finished, as has this tractor, so we are going to stop driver. I don't know how close we are to another bale. Wow, we have several bits here, so we're just going to clear this up, see if we can get the rest of this hay that's kicking around this field collected, because there's a few bits in the corners and things which unfortunately haven't been rowed up mainly, so are going to be a little bit harder to get. It's not too bad actually, but yeah, stuff where we've overcut over the sides of the field, just need to clear those up and get probably a couple of bales off there, and that will all be done. Last few bits and we're getting very, very close to another bale. Is there going to be enough here to do it? How many bales have we got off here? This is quite a lot of bales that we've got off this field. Going to be worth quite a bit. We want to get them in, of course, because we're actually less interested in the bales than we are in the, or how much we get for these hay bales, than we are in the amount of slurry we get, or digestate we get. Come on, 99, 100%. That is almost perfect. Very, very pleased with that. Let's open that up, turn that off, and we can go and put this all in the shed to finish up. But a lot achieved today on the farm. Really, really pleased with this. I just need to park everything up. There we go. Our 2 tractors all done and dusted and off. Perfect. So that is where we are going to leave it for today. All that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.